Ever since I was a child, I was plagued with nightmares, and tonight was no exception. I've never had good dreams. Rather, when I dream, the memories of what I saw in the untempered schism play back at me. It started out as a memory, twisting clouds of perception, just on the edge of my peripheral, and I was not then a specter, forced to watch events unfold in third person. This had this had taken place just after my visit with the zebras and before I had met the girls. I set the TARDIS to a random time and locked the coordinates to Equestria, and hit the random button. The TARDIS touched down colorful woodlands filled to the brim with magic and life. The air was even more pure than the air at the very top of the mountains of Gallifrey during the times of peace in my childhood. I made my way through the woods, taking samples of the plants and a few of the animals here and there. Nothing big, just a bit of fur here and there. They were too gentle to be wild, and I didn't want to upset their caretakers. During those few hours I spent gathering samples, I could hear some rustling leaves and what I could only describe as children giggling behind me. I made my way deeper into the bush, encountering new plants that I had never seen before. The plants I found were strange, blue, and readings suggested toxic levels of magic. I avoided the patch and made my way towards a clearing. In the middle of the clearing was a large circle of small blue mushrooms. The air was heavy with magic, almost to the point of being able to swim through it. I entered the circle with my laser screwdriver drawn and ready for an attack. What I didn't expect was the moment I entered the circle, my reality shifted. It wasn't a time jump or a dimension hop. It was as if reality itself had deformed around me and reformed itself. Ooh, trippy. I was in a city, it was a bustling metropolis of tree homes, and the inhabitants were, I can't even begin to describe them. I can't even begin to describe them. Beautiful is simply too basic for what they were. Wings that shone with lights of sparkling water, hair that flowed like the very wind, and the colors of the most vibrant leaves. Their coats shone with light, and their eyes like pearls of mischief and good-hearted curiosity that only one legend that came to mind could even closely resemble. They were fairies.
Wake up! Hey, Master, are you okay? Is it the first time you've had a dream like that?
I think I knocked one of my teeth loose. They grew grow, but still. As for the dream, Time Lords don't really dream. We process memories and thoughts. That's why most of us prefer to sleep, and some that like being awake all the time prefer eating. I'm getting old, so I do both. Mm.
Is there a chance that your dream has a meaning like future-wise, perhaps?
Considering all Time Lords looked into their own timelines, as well as all timelines when we peered into the uncumbered schism, it's very possible I've seen something in my own future.
So, the fairies didn't see you as an invader?
How did you even? Well, no, they didn't.
Did the fairies welcome you to this civilization joyfully, or were there complications?
It was a joyful occasion, but complications did arise once I stumbled into the swamp hag coven. Maybe I'll tell you the story later.
New fairies have a sort of useful power to them.
You seem fairly interested, just from seeing them.
I just don't have the heart to discuss this further right now. So we move on from the dream world for a bit, leaving you all wondering about what happened with the fairies. It's a little sweet that you enjoyed the design so much.
Getting past the dream nonsense, do you know where you are?
The last I checked, I'd put the TARDIS in orbit around a gas giant with rings near a star in Alpha Centauri. Wanted to get out of the system and see if there are any traces of new species that could pose a threat to my Equus. With the Daleks and the Shadow Proclamation gone, I've been maintaining an aura of control over the development of this universe. Mostly leaving things alone, but keeping a watchful eye. Boom. What? Oh, that's
What?
sorry.
What's that cloud?
Who was your companion in the pony universe?
I guess he learned to leave the brakes on.
Yeah.
Thump.
The cloud is made of water vapor and has a stable atmosphere. 78.09% nitrogen, 20.95% oxygen. Nothing dangerous. It's even solid for me. I'm unsure if it's a new setting for the TARDIS or if my own magic is making it capable of being walked on. That is perhaps. Oh wait,
It's new.
Yeah.
That is perhaps the last thing I expect to see is checking Cirrus. Looks like a pony, but what are they wearing? So you are a pony? Sorry if I startled you. It's been ages since I last saw a friendly face. Nothing but stars and the occasional monster.
So I see, but how on earth did you manage to get out here? Much less break through the dimensional barrier.
Cirrus here is magical. He's able to go anywhere, though he's been losing mass bits here and there. Nothing I can't handle, Pegasus pride and all that. But he's wearing a bit thin in some areas, and if I don't find somewhere safe to take clouds to patch him up, then it could be bad.
Everything about this says it's just water vapor. But if the magic isn't the cloud, then it's in this pony? Well then, allow me to introduce myself. I am the Master, Time Lord. And what if I could offer you just that? I'm going to have to keep a close eye on this one.
A time what?
A Time Lord. An alien race older than most races, guardians of time and space, protectors of the universe, gods in their own rights. The last of the Time Lords, in fact, a claim that makes me the ruler of the entire universe. Now I say again, how about I offer you a lift on my ship to a planet with clouds of every color and allow you to repair Cirrus? In exchange, you just have to let me observe you.
Are you kidding me? Royalty? Sure. Missing the wings and horn, aren't we?
Trust me. So, we have a deal. The TARDIS can haul the cloud behind us, and we can take my ship.
That's a rock.
It's not a rock. It's a boulder. Do we have a deal or not?
The only other pony in it's got to be an insane one obsessed with minerals.
I'm not obsessed. She has feelings, and you're hurting them by making fun of her disguise.
It's door?
Told you. Now go on inside.
This is nothing like I imagined.
She does tend to have that effect on people. Welcome to my home, the TARDIS. She's impressive, isn't she? Oh.
didn't expect it to look so much like an Earth pony home. It's a spaceship, isn't it? I think that's him.
I'm an oddball, what can I say? I like the look, and all of it is hoof-made, from the furniture to the walls. Shall I show you around?
Sure, but how many rooms could you have?
None like it in existence and anywhere outside of the royal castle. Oh, the kitchen is a state of art. A state of art. None like it in existence anywhere outside of the royal castle in Canterlot. Open bar, lots of food. The padlocks are for your sanity, so don't go poking around in my private stash. This will be your room until we can repair Cirrus or until you decide to go.
Do I even want to know who decorated this room?
My daughters, they've grown and up now and live on their own. Still theirs. Most of the house was redecorated, but with them gone, I've been too busy to deal with some of them.
And I'm guessing this one is your idea. Well, do you have any idea what kind of magic this pony in the cloud possesses? If not, you could run a scan with the TARDIS.
Do I look like somebody who'd probe a pony without permission? Sheesh, I'm a Time Lord, not one of those freaks obsessed with cows.
Have you seen the wood on Blue Butt's bed that's all chewed up? His room probably looks the most non-fluttery princessish.
One of my old girlfriends was a shark pony.
Do I even want to know what happened?
Yeah, that was the other way around.
Master, why are you trying to help this pony? I mean, maybe for research on his magical cloud, but aside from that, you never let any pony see or even go inside your TARDIS.
Did I really just pick up a companion?
You know, for a spaceship, this looks less and less like what would come to mind.
Considering what little ponies know about space, I don't doubt what you've thought up is more akin to science.
Fair enough.
So the real trial begins. In order to repair Cirrus, we'll need to find water vapor, but we'll need to find a source that has no chance of harming the local ecology.
Why not just find a Type 2 gas giant?
I'm sorry?
You know, a gas giant. Usually under 250 Kelvin water vapor.
I know what it is, but to hear a pony talk like that is, something.
Some taken.
Well, then we should find one that'll work for the TARDIS. The TARDIS can provide protection from the heat and cold, and make the environment breathable, so no worries there.
How did you manage to filter out the magical interference?
The TARDIS isn't magical in nature, so she's able to ignore that kind of radiation. That's basically all you need to know.
Was that... I've never seen that signature before, and it doesn't match the graph for that star.
What do you mean?
That, right there.
I don't know, I never saw it before. But that's impossible.
What is? What is that signal?
It's a metal called ytterbium. It's a synthetic element that isn't found in nature like this. Someone's built something on that planet.
I've never heard of that metal before.
Ponies don't have the technology to manufacture it, and won't for another several hundred years. Got to look into this.
Beep, beep.
Progress, and a new companion is a space nerd. And, what's this the master has found?